Can you hear?
I can you?
Yeah. So here, Dad and Mom. I'm here with Nick and Mom.
Hey, you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yep.
So should,
Now it's
should
the
Joe
live
just come
webinar
and
thing.
be with me here?
Dad,
Oh,
Joe's here too. Oh, it's up to you. It's completely.
Hey, Joe, you can
No,
join.
let's leave the background. Oh, you may. Oh, let's make it no blur. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Nick, how do you do that? It's just uncheck. Okay. Yeah, that's better. In case you guys come in and out. All right, so yes, I'm here with Mom and Nick and Joe are here. So that was
Glenn,
good, didn't you think?
you were amazing. It was just beautiful.
That's
Absolutely.
great.
sorry. Do you want me to
Grandma,
take off
stop.
blur?
Grandma's here.
Hello.
Let's pick up the blur.
Say hi to everyone before you.
Grandma on camera.
Yes.
Keep grandma on camera.
I don't know
Put
how to
Joe on
unblur.
camera. Yeah, Joe, can you scooch in? There you go.
I'll do this.
All right, there. You want to come say hi? Come say hi. Just come say. You were like annoying me. Now
You
I took
did
it off
such a
blur.
great
Say
job,
hi.
Brady,
Brady and Zane. You guys did
Brady,
a great
such
job.
a great
Zane's
job.
down here.
Yeah, I know. I see him. I see him. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Yeah,
Brady,
you did a
you're
great job.
amazing.
And oh, there's
Thank
21
you.
people here already. Okay, so Christine,
I'm going to
I
turn,
see.
shall I turn off the background?
Yeah, and
Okay.
let's just start bringing everyone on. I know it might take up more than one screen, doesn't matter. Let's just bring everyone
Brady,
on.
beautiful. Is Sophie there? Where's
Everybody.
Thank
She's
you.
hopefully she's
Sophie?
one of the people coming in.
Just incredible.
Let's see, attendees. Yeah, Christine, you need to bring everyone in, right? You can't, like, if we start doing it too, that just confuses things.
Yeah, please don't.
Sure.
So I'll start bringing people. Joe, I'm not going to bring you in since you're there.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
But do
no
bring in
problem.
Sophie and Ryan Klaus and Sophie. Just bring everyone in. And I understand it might take up, it's going to be chaotic and take up more than one screen. That's okay.
I don't know if you guys saw that there was 199 views of that.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
no, I did not.
Oh, my goodness. Almost 200 people. Wow.
All
Yeah,
right, great.
199 views. I refresh. Wait, 19 hours ago? Refresh.
Jillian, you just did amazing work. And please pass on our gratitude to Ryan.
Well, hopefully
Two
Ryan's going to get
hours.
in here any minute.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sophie said.
sorry, it's
203 now.
203 views.
You didn't even like it or subscribe. Wow.
So, Christine, is
No,
there a
subscribe
way
to it.
we can see everyone?
I'm trying to promote people to panelist, but
Oh,
it's
I
a
see.
slow process.
Hi,
So
Luke.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time for each one.
Yeah, I know. And plus, we are recording. Okay, so
He's where we standing.
excellent.
Oh,
Yeah, so we have
He's
to.
the guy that owns the boat.
No.
Hi.
No. Oh, he's not? Hey, Dave, that's my
Hello,
cousin.
David and Shonda. Thank you for being here. And Luke, please, are you with Tina
I just said
or?
it's my cousin.
Oh.
Remember
Oh,
that?
you're on mute.
She's trying to dial in from San Andres, so she's having some computer trouble.
That's okay. That's all right. Thank you everyone so much for being here for us. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the service.
What a
They're
beautiful
standing.
recording. What a beautiful memorial recording.
Oh, great. Great. Thank you. Hi, it's so good to see everyone. Hi, Mr. Osborne. Thank you so much for being. Did you see yourself in some of those pictures? Yes. Hi. Hello. Hi. Yes, so we're trying to we thought we'd do it as we set it up as a webinar, which means everyone is being promoted. That's why it takes so hi.
Hey, well
Hey.
done, well done. It was excellent.
Oh,
Hi,
thank
Joe.
you.
How are
Hey,
you?
hi, how are you? It's good to see
Long
you.
time no see. Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Anna. Hi,
Yes.
Ani. It's Ani. Do you see my mom? My mom's right over here. She's off
Hi,
camera.
Ani.
There's Ani. That's so great of you. Oh, thank you, Nathan. Thank
Mm.
you. And Lisa, thank you so much for
Hello.
being here. Hi.
Hello,
Again,
can you
thank
hear
you
us?
everyone for coming on. Let me just see the chat. I know it's going to be kind of crazy. Oh, hi, Rhonda. I hope you enjoyed the trumpet.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Ann Guinness. I was Glenn's partner at Rome McGuigan, and you did a spectacular job on what you put together. It was just, it was just great. Just
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. And hi, Sarah. Good to see you. So we might start getting feedback because so many people. So make sure you only have one speaker on, basically, right?
Oh, yes, he turned that speaker on.
Yeah. Hey, Malcolm. Hi, Heidi.
There we go. How did you join his
Hi,
payment?
Jim. It's good. Hi, Jim. Thanks.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. So while Christine is say it again. Where's Sophie and Ryan? Okay, but Jim, before we get to, I know because Jim had some prepared remarks. Let's go to, where's Sophie and Ryan? Do you see? Oh, there's Ryan. So I want to highlight Ryan Klaus on our screen. He's at the bottom. Ryan, go ahead and start
It gave me an
waving.
option.
Oh, hi, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Like on the email. Let's click it back in. No, just
So here, go on mute just for a second because I want to introduce Ryan is the video editor, and he created the entire movie. And we really have him to thank because we couldn't use this webinar as a platform. Yes, so applause for
Fantastic.
Ryan. Yeah. You did a great job editing a lot of different videos and photos, and all of that was put together by him with a lot of edit requests by the rest of us. And Ryan, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm just happy to help.
Hi, Aunt Janine. Okay, so now take yourselves off mute. and you please, it's just so wonderful to see everyone. Christine, we're recording this, right? Because otherwise I want to do a screenshot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. And there's Jim. Okay, great. Thank you. So I want to highlight Jim
Is it
Bergen.
mic on? Oh, you're on.
It's working. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. Jim is a former colleague, so Dad, and he had something prepared. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on. You got your computers on. I know, but I'm trying to.
There we go.
You're echoing because there's probably another phone or there's probably another speaker on somewhere.
There, now I got to take off my.
Hi, Curry.
Whoa, okay. I think I did it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have my IT expert here. Thank God. You guys have really done an amazing job. Really captured Glenn. And I can't help. I'm as much of a sap as he is. And you guys all know what I mean by that. He is so sentimental, as brilliant as he is, and as committed as he is. He's fundamentally a sap. And I say that with great respect. And I now understand better after this remarkable program why it was I felt this special bond with him, because he and I had worked together on many big cases, but also we had also worked just somewhat separately. We were both separately very close to Henry Lee and then together. And when Henry Lee just died, he and I were connecting about that. That was just a month before Glenn passed. I had no clue of anything troubling him physically. I've had my own issues for the last 6 years, and I find out what happened, and it was just real shock. I am impressed that you have all survived this horrible, horrible event. And Henry Lee and I got to know each other back because I was doing legal commentary for the OJ case like 35 years ago, and I've been doing that since. And of course, he's doing all these profile things. And then we realized implicitly that we were both passionate about the same things. He always liked to protect the excluded, people who were not really otherwise being protected. And he was very committed. And recently, I had a ceremony. They had given me some award for the Harford County Bar. He had been president of the Harford County Bar, as some of you may know. I mean, there's just so many things that he's done that the idea that he'd be president of the Harford County Bar would probably not even, mean anything. But I got this award, the President's Award, and I basically, because it had just happened to Glenn, and I was passing along as quickly and as widely as I could because nobody was prepared for this at all. And so in my own words, expressing gratitude for this award they gave me, I had started out by saying that the stuff that I had done, I was really supported by colleagues. And I said that many of my colleagues were convicted of aiding and abetting me. And I said that Glenn was the lead guy because he was so beloved. And he and I played a lot of golf together, which is just kind of accidentally. We just stumbled into the fact that we played some golf. And I could not believe how hardy and strong he was. He would play 2.5 rounds of golf, carrying his own bag up and down the hills of Farming Country Club. And I had been a caddy for like 6 years. I like to say I learned more about being a lawyer, being a caddy, than I ever did in law school, because you're a service person, right? And that was Glenn. He really was a service person. But he'd be carrying on. I'm like, what are you doing? But he could just do it. And that's why I'm so glad that all of you in the family got to have so much time with him.
Oh, I just saw myself.
We all see you, Francis. I guess there's somebody kind of managing things. I just wanted to say that it is such a joy for me to be part of this. And I know there's a number of other people that feel the same way. People who are leaders of the bar. And Glenn, really, I mentioned this in the little remarks some people make, is what a model of dignity. And in the biggest, toughest cases, he always kept his grace. And so I felt he was, some of you may have studied a little bit about this Aristotelian friendship, which basically means you're supposed to seek virtue, create habits within yourself. I noticed that he was doing that with all his kids and grandkids, very insistent on good habits. And but Aristotle taught that that's what friends are supposed to do. They're supposed to keep you on the path. And if you each have friends that will keep you on the path, you're going to have a better life. It'll be more automatic. And it sure was for him. It was so automatic. And no shame at all in idealism. It's okay. And he personified it as long as I knew him. And I was mostly a defense lawyer. I was a special prosecutor once, looking into the state police. But for the most part, I was known to be a criminal defense lawyer. But we worked together, and what a model. And he always kept his humor. And I just love that. And you can't see a picture of him without seeing the humor, seeing the goodwill. So thank you for including those of us up in Connecticut, because I know there's a number of other people who would like to be able to say hello. I got out of going to a dance recital for one of my grandkids to be able to do this. I'm sure there's a few people under those circumstances, but I'm so happy that his grandkids got to spend all that cherished time. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. Thank you. We really appreciate you saying that. And again, thank you to everyone who came to watch the service and then made the extra effort to come here today. If anyone please like to say anything to us, to Dad.
I would, because to follow up with Jim's comments, because I don't think that anyone else could have convinced me to retire at age 58 from the Connecticut Appellate Court but Glenn. And I was Connecticut's first woman major felony prosecutor. So we were assistant state's attorneys at about the same time. And that was before I went on the bench in 1985. And so Glenn had been someone who I knew professionally, and he was someone that I knew also as a friend, because we would consult on cases. He was ever the gentleman, but he was so much fun. We had so many laughs. And I don't know what provoked him necessarily to call me and try to recruit me to leave the bench. But it just worked out that I went back. I had worked for Lou Rome right out of law school. So I was going back to people that I knew and really loved, and they were my mentors. And Austin was the chief state's attorney when I was also a major felony prosecutor. So, I felt very much at home there. And I think that in my post-judicial career, the 10 years that I spent before the firm broke up, I think those were the happiest years that I had. And a lot of it had to do with Glenn. I remember he came out at one point, and there were a bunch of us, and we got a limousine, and we went to the various vineyards around Litchfield County, and had a wonderful time, and ended up at the West Street Grill in Litchfield, and just it just was a lovely, lovely day. But I remember him from a variety of times in his life, and he will always, always provoke a smile. The photos that you had with that big, broad smile of his, I just thought were so terrific. And I remember when he was going back down to the islands, at some point, he spent some time with a couple of us who he had practiced law with, rather than the grandchildren and children. And he was so much looking forward to it, and just it was going to be the next great adventure in his life. And his commitment to his faith was something that he and I talked about a lot. But he just was a very important person in my life professionally, and I think that you have given him just a wonderful send-off, and it just is a demonstration of the love that you all shared. It was palpable in the comments. It was palpable in the pictures. And I know you'll miss him dearly. I'll miss him. But when I think about him, it will be with a smile on my face.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking. Yes, thank you very much. I see Gwen figured out how to raise her hand, which I'm very impressed with. Very good. So Gwen, please go ahead and talk. Oh, there you are. Okay, please go ahead and talk.
So I'm here with and my goodness, there's not a kickback. I'm so glad, but I'm here with my mother back behind me, Gloria. That's Glenn's older sister, and then the other living sibling right there, Uncle Dave. You want to smile? So we have just had a terrific time honoring Uncle Glenn, and Jillian kind of warned me that I might be asked to that we could speak or say something that we wanted to. And I just wanted to share some of the memories that I have of Glenn. And I'm so glad this is being recorded because we spent some of the summers in Clear Lake in Sonoma County in California. And there's pictures that I have that I think Aunt Judy took when we were kids. Amber is my cousin. We were kind of paired. We were the closest in age, and we were both girls. And there's a picture that I cannot find, but it's of Uncle Glenn kind of on a air mattress floating in Clear Lake. There's 3 pictures. This is the first one. And the second one, of course, is he's floating on the mattress, and Amber and I are swimming up to him. We must have been, 8 or 9 years old. The second one is this picture where he's fighting for his dear life to stay on this air mattress, because the two of us were insistent that he was in fact not going to stay sleeping on that mattress. And then here's the third one where we have successfully flipped him, and he is all the way over. And I remember when these pictures came out, and I remember thinking, oh, those, I must have been 10 years old, and I remember thinking, oh, those would be great for his funeral. And now I can't find the first one. So one of the things you need to think about is plan things in advance, but not so far in advance that you can't remember them. There's also a story that I want to tell a little bit about, which was at Grandma Coe's house in 910 Jackson Avenue. And when we were kids, and I really enjoyed the part where Jillian was talking about being with Judy and Glenn and having all of their attention. I was on, my grandmother and I were very close, and I had all of her attention a lot of times in 910 Jackson Avenue. And sometimes Dave and Uncle Dave and their family, and everyone would come to visit, and I would be very grumpy because I liked so much being the center of attention. And one of the things that I did, I was kind of a precocious little child, was I started locking the door to the bathroom to see what would happen. And I'm now going to confess that, Jolene, I locked you into the bathroom door when we were like, when you must have been 7 or 8 years old.
I got blamed for that. Everyone thought
I know
did
you
it.
got blamed for it,
Oh
and now I'm
goodness.
confessing that I locked you in. So I was so upset because, everyone, she was, but you did not do it, Jolene. That was me that locked the door. And I was young enough that I knew how to lock and unlock the door. And of course, Uncle Glenn had to come in and take off the door thing.
He took the whole door off. You were old enough, though, to know not to admit to it.
Yes, absolutely. But I tell you, even with a great criminal lawyer around, I think I committed the perfect crime, and now I'm finally fessing up 30 years later. So now everyone knows the truth. Jolene did not lock that door. It was me that locked it. And I take full accountability to that. So there you go. The perfect crime committed around a lawyer and with many witnesses, but
There's
it.
plenty
So
of other
now-
things to blame Jolene for.
Oh, that's good, Justin. I need to know. So anyway, I have a little picture of me when I was that age, and who would have thought that I would be doing something that naughty when I was that little? I think I was the perfect criminal then too. So there you go. Anyway, Justin, I knew you needed some laughs, so here you go. There's your laughs for today. We're thinking about you, and we wish you the best.
Well, thank you, I guess. No, thank you for exonerating me, finally. But yes, anyone want to say anything? Raise your hand or so that we make sure you're unmuted. You can unmute yourself, I believe. Yes, please, Luke, please.
I don't want to take up too much space, but first of all, this was an absolutely beautiful memorial recording. It really touched me. And I haven't known Glenn for that long. It's, I think, 3 or 4 years or so. But there are 5 things I will always gratefully remember about him. First of all, his great warmth, his intellect, his humility. He was such a humble person. His sense of humor and his compassion. And he was really that kind of person who instilled that feeling in you of a man whose example you want to live up to.
What the hell happened?
Hello.
Hi, Margaret. Your microphone is on and everybody can hear you singing or your music. Could you, thank you.
Luke, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, no problem. So he was really that kind of person who instilled that feeling in you, like for me personally, of a man to whose example you would like to live up to. And Tina and I met him and Francis for the first time about 3-4 years ago at a beautiful dinner hosted by Gloria. And since then, a beautiful friendship has started developing. And then we all went together to Providence about, is it a year ago now? Nearly a year ago. It was also a beautiful, he got a little sick on the trip, but it was a beautiful trip, very memorable. And then we enjoyed so much that Glenn, Francis, Justin, Jolene, Amber, and all of the families came and visited us for one night in our inn in San Andres Island, which was a very memorable and a very special gathering. So I will really miss him. He led by example, and may his memory live on.
Oh, Luke, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Your words mean a lot, and so did opening your home to us in San Andres. Thank you so much. Thank you. But Larry, Dr. Garrity, please go ahead and talk. I'm going to, so unmute yourself, I think. I don't want to, and I'll mute myself. Very good, please.
Can you hear me now? Very good. I've already had my chance to say something, and I very much appreciate you incorporating my remarks in the program. I just wanted to add what a beautiful job you all did for your dad, from beginning to end. The photographs, the memories, the people who participated. It was very moving, and I know that he would have loved it. I'm just sorry that he didn't see it all because it was so him. And technically, you guys all did such a great job. So thanks for your efforts. And it was, yeah, I can see you patting Julene. She had a lot to do with it, didn't she? So thank you so much for all of you who participated. It was just great to hear the whole family talking, and to see all the pictures from his life and times. Very meaningful. So thank you so much. Appreciate all you did.
Thank you for
Thank you,
your
Larry.
comments and for being a part of it. We're really grateful, and I know you have a lot going on, and we appreciate you making this work. Thank you so much, Dr. Garrity. Thank you. Yes, please, Diana, please go ahead. Start talking. Diana, can you? Where did she go, actually? Oh, well, here. Well, how about Mr. Myers? Hi, Mr. Myers. Hi. Please go ahead and talk. I'm going to ask you to unmute. So if you can just unmute yourself, then please start talking.
Yeah, I think everything's been said already. You guys have done a fantastic job. And Glenn was a very special person. I had the privilege of knowing him through the formative years when you guys were little kids and whatnot. And Justin and my son David were best friends through the years. And see, Amber had my wife as a teacher in church school. And Jolene, I remember you as a young lady. Glenn was proud of all three of you kids. And I said he was special. And he had a panache in everything he did, special. And he created a high bar for other people to go over. And it had been mentioned that he was always for the underdog. And I think that kind of summarized Glenn. He championed those that didn't have a voice. And thank you for this opportunity to share my thoughts.
Mr. Myers, thank you so much for talking, for speaking. Justin, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say thank you. So good to see you.
It really is. Yeah, thank you so much. And Mrs. Goodmanson and Carmen, so please unmute if you can. I'm going to ask you to unmute. And I just want to say those wedding photos of me, if my makeup looked good, it was thanks to Carmen. Carmen, thank you so much. I'll always, every time I look at one of my wedding photos, I thank you. And I could use your help with Zooms, actually. Thank you. You look great.
So do you. So do you. You all do.
Well, you guys, as has been said so many times, what a fitting tribute that you have prepared for Glenn. He was truly one of a kind. I'm probably one of the few people that met him when he made his auspicious appearance in the 6th grade class at La Sierra Demonstration School. 1 year that he was sent over here to stay with a cousin whose last name is Richley. And I don't know the name of the person, but that's where he was staying. And he made a hit at La Sierra Demonstration School in the 6th grade. And everybody knew who Glenn Coe was instantaneously. And years later, when we moved to Connecticut, we walked into the Hartford Adventist Church, and I looked at the bulletin, and there it said Glenn Coe. I said, wait a minute, this cannot be the famous Glenn Coe that I knew in the 6th grade. If I look through all my photographs, I'm sure that I will find that photograph that I actually own. Okay, so that's a very special thing I have. It 400 Foster Road was a very special place for the Goodmanson family when we first moved to Connecticut. And Glenn and Judy had so much to do with that. Friday night gatherings and just a sense of family and taking us in and putting up with us. And we have so many warm memories of all of you. Carmen growing up, and really she and Amber were pretty close in age, so a lot of memories there. But I just want to tell you guys that we love you and we think of you all the time and wish you all the best. You have played a very significant role in our lives. And Glenn certainly was part of that wonderful connection that we have with the Coe family. So blessings. We wish Justin much renewed health, and just keep in touch with us. We love you and take care.
I just wanted to add, I just have so many fond memories, like Mom said, of 400 Foster Road and hanging out with Amber. And one memory, I don't know why this sticks with me, is us upstairs playing with with Justin's GI Joes from across the room. I don't know if you remember that, but I sure do. I don't know why that memory is just like right here. But so many fun times. Or Saturday nights going to your house and watching, was it the Muppet Show? Like years. This we're dating. Yeah, we're dating here. But yeah, so many great memories. And your dad was awesome, and your whole family. We love you very much. And yeah, it was a beautiful service. You guys did a great job. Love you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. I do remember those fights because Justin would give us the female GI Joes because they weren't good enough for him. And then Dad would get mad because he'd step on them.
Yeah.
Because
All
we took
untrue.
over the whole
All
top
untrue.
floor.
That couldn't have been me.
So there was like 50 male GI Joes against 2 female GI Joes.
But we did
We
it.
dominated. And then Dad would make us those crepes for our birthday breakfasts after sleepovers.
That's right.
Yes.
Awesome memories.
Thank you so much. It was so good to see you. So good to see everyone. So Diana, you're back. Let me make sure you can. So Diana, are you unmuted? I think you're.
I am.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Hi there. Well, I had the great privilege of knowing Glenn back at Blue Mountain Academy. But I have a little story to share with you. Somewhere I saw in these writings something about not drinking. But I have to tell you, in our, I think, 50th or 60th reunion at Blue Mountain, we get together. Glenn has arrived with an entire bar that he is set up in his room. Nothing is missing. And we all, from time to time, gathered for tonic water or something more and just had a wonderful time together. So I am privileged and blessed to have known Glenn. And I thank each of you, the members of his family, who have made him so real to us today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I guess the key thing is there weren't any reporters in the room. So, thank you, Diana, so much. Really appreciate your remembrances. Oh, please, James, it is so good to see you. Thank you for coming. Thank
Hi,
you
yeah,
for
thanks for having us. Yeah, I just had a bite-sized memory I wanted to throw in. Somebody mentioned panache earlier, and uh, I saw food throughout the video, and the thing I remembered was that we had driven out from California to visit you all in South Windsor, and Uncle Glenn made crepes for everyone for I don't know Saturday or Sunday breakfast, and that stuck with me. Uh,
Yeah, so if I can tell about mom's story, dad got so much credit and appreciation and oohs and ahs for his crepes, which he made once a week at most. And mom made the point when I was a mom and complaining about how hard it is to make every meal. She's like, well, I made every meal. I was making 3 meals a day and getting no credit for those. But the
Yeah,
crepes
yeah.
were pretty. They were, and they did
Crepes
taste good.
aren't that hard to make.
Right.
Yes, I've had tons of experience making crepes at this point now, but yeah.
They were
Good.
But it
fair
takes a
amount of
while to do, right? Like you're turning them out one at a time and everybody's waiting around for their crepe.
I
So,
did all the
true.
filling.
And probably cleaned all the crepe pans and stuff.
oh, uh-huh.
But yes,
Anyway,
but
it's great to see you all and thanks for the program. It was lovely.
it's so good to see you, James. Thank you. Thank you. And Aunt Mona, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Please go ahead and talk. I think you're unmuted.
Oh, yes, I am. Thank you so much. I mean, it was just a wonderful tribute to Glenn. Um, he and Frances came up in the fall when Frances would see her son in Van Nuys. So for the last 2, 3 years, we would see them. I would get to hear Frances's glorious voice. Oh my, to hear her sing Summertime is just unbelievable. And I appreciated so much, Julie, the trumpet playing. Oh, it was that wonderful trumpet playing. Just wonderful. Good for you. Thank you so much. Glenn and I were a similar age, and I spent one, for me, very memorable summer with his family back in Washington, D.C. I took organic chemistry in the morning and general biology in the afternoon, which sort of changed my life and helped me get into medical school 2 years after high school, which was a big change for me. So I appreciate the family. Gloria was here not so long ago. Appreciate seeing her. Appreciate Glenn, whom I didn't see a lot. We didn't happen to be in the same time, but we were family and we knew each other, and I certainly appreciated hearing about him. Saw Judy and her sister and Justin a few years ago. They came out and we had lunch together. It's wonderful that the Lord gives us families, right? They can be wonderful. A challenge sometimes, to be sure, but it's just been wonderful to see your family. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Aunt Mona. Thank you for being there. You're in my earliest memories. Always with a smile. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We love you. Love you so much. So Zane, go ahead.
So I think this kind of sums up your dad. The last time I saw him, I think it was Christmas Day. We were flying out from Florida, and he wanted to make us lunch, and it was chicken salad. And I believe it took him about 2 hours to make chicken salad, and I believe there was at least 30 ingredients to it, and it was just freaking amazing. I was apprehensive, but yeah, that's just what your dad does. He loves to serve people and he just loves to see people happy. It was great. I'm with you, Justin.
Thank you, Joe, so much.
Thank
He
you, Joe.
loves, I just want to say Joe is he's one of the three Joes, and he's the only member of our entire family, I think, who plays golf.
Good job, Dad.
Yeah,
Real quick, I remember Dad trying to get us into golf lessons, but I was it must have been middle school. I don't think I was in high school yet, or maybe I was. And he was like, "Oh, you should take golf lessons. We can go golfing." And me and Jen and whoever else was at the country club that I was talking about, would golf until we got to the hole that was closest to the country club, and then just skip the rest of the holes and go to the snack shack and get snacks and swim for the rest of the time that we were supposed to be golfing. So obviously we didn't stay golfing with him in our adulthood. So thank you, Joe, for doing that with him.
Yes, I'd like to think that none of us playing golf was his biggest disappointment in us. I'm not sure, but let's just call it at that.
Me in particular, but thank you, Joe. Deeply.
Yes, you took one for the team.
Certainly.
Yeah, I remember him take one time while he was out here. I remember he took me to one of the golf courses that is around here in Vegas and just give me a golf lesson. That was pretty fun. Just gave me a golf lesson.
And you thought that was fun. That says more about you, Brady,
well,
than I think it says about Poppy.
Brady, I got to say, the last times I was with Dad, he took me out to the driving range. He got me out there.
Yeah.
And actually, I hit some balls, which I was impressed with. And he was super impressed with. And I think he was seeing dreams of me finally getting on the course with him. But that was the last time I went to visit him, I think, or the second to last time. No, it was the last time, I think. And we had a wonderful time on the driving range. It was.
I think I've gone to the driving range with him a few times actually. Yeah, but last time he actually gave me like a full-on lesson.
I know what that's like.
Kind of like Nick's lesson driving stick shift, probably.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. But Corinne, please, it's so good to see you. Are you in Connecticut, by the way?
No, I lived in California for about 16 years and I came back to Maryland. I'm near Dad. I love my dad. I know you guys love him too and have fond memories of my dad. And he can be very technologically stubborn. So I know he will watch the memorial at some point. I've been texting him and tried calling him to say, it's on, it's on, it's on. So, but I'll just take a moment and say, just have so many fun memories being with your family, the big beach trip with the Randalls Amber was little. And I think it was before, Julene, I think it was before you and I went to Camp Winnipeg together, those 2 years we went. So, and just with the Randalls and just having a great time, just like going to the beach and Grotto Pizza and all those things and Bethany Beach, Rehoboth Beach and all of that. And just following him on Facebook and seeing just the thoughtfulness and the his thought process about the things going on in the world today, and his passion for family, for friends, for his for where he grew up it was really amazing to see. And I know Dad told me that they had a few conversations together over the phone over the past, gosh, maybe it was last year, and how much Dad appreciated that. Barb Randall told me at one point that she remembered just the debates that my dad, who was also an attorney working for the federal government in campaign finance law, and Glenn, they get into these big debates together and just go back and forth and back and forth. And how much they both seem to enjoy that, even though other people might have been, a little tense by it all. But it's just, you guys did such a lovely tribute. I learned so much. I definitely want to learn more about this organization he set up. So sending you all so much love and comfort, and his memory will be for blessing, for sure.
Corinne, thank you. Thank you so much for your thoughts. Thank you. And Ani, can you go next? So you mentioned Camp Winnipeg. So Ani and I, this is my friend. So I mentioned the Hartford SDA Church, and we actually went there, Ani, to film or to at least take photos of it. I was like, who beside it's just you and me. Like you and me are the only ones. Wait, let me make sure you and me are the only ones who would appreciate that. But we used to run. That was our church. I mean, we knew all the secret passageways and everything. Oh, Suzanne. Yes, Susie. Remember, do you remember Susie Harrison?
I do. I
Yes,
do.
Susie, you should
Sure.
come up. You
I
should
know. I
unmute
know.
yourself.
I,
But I'm
as
gonna
soon
let
as I
you
saw Anna, I knew it was you, Anna.
Right. Well,
Hello there.
you were the big kid. You were the teen, the cool
Yeah.
teen, and
You.
Ani and I were the wannabes. And
Yeah.
but yeah,
So
that
true.
Hartford church. So it would have been the three of us. I should have done it. But
Yeah.
thank you. But please try.
Yeah, no, I just want to thank you so much for inviting me to this memorial. I have, like so many people on the phone that have said before, I have so many wonderful memories of you and your family and Glenn Coe, Mr. Coe. Oh my goodness. Um, I just and Amber and Justin, I'm so thrilled to see you all here and your kids. It's just amazing. Um, one really wonderful memory I have of Mr. Coe, oddly enough, and it sticks with me, and it's about cooking. I used to go over. My mother and went to the Seventh Day Adventist Church in Hartford, and that's how I got to know the Coes. And I used to sleep over after church. I would go over and sleep over, and it was just wonderful. And I remember one morning, Mr. Coe made me some eggs, and I asked for ketchup, and he was so insulted by that. He was just so insulted. Um, but he did it in a very playful way. But I just loved how playful he was. He had a great sense of humor. Um, I also remember I didn't, it didn't really. I knew your father had like this job, a lawyer, but I remember seeing him on the local news one time, and that's when it really hit me like, wow. And I didn't know all this background about your father. It's been so interesting listening to all the history and the video where he came from. I had no idea. So thank you so much for that, and love to you all. And I'm really sad that your father passed. I would have liked to have seen him again. But he will always be a very dear memory for me, and so will you and your family. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Ani. Thank you so much. Love to. We go way back. Thank you so much. Oh, Mr. Peters, it's so good to see you. See you, please.
Hello, can
Thank
you
you.
hear me? So, hello to all members from Germany. And we had met Francis and Glenn only a few times, but we remember him as a very charming, very interesting, and a very, very nice man, a real gentleman. And we remember many, many moments we had together with Glenn and Francis here in Regensburg in our town. And we are really sad not to meet him another time. So thank you for this wonderful film and for this wonderful, interesting moments you talked about in this session. And so it's quite nearly midnight here. And after my greetings to all of you, I will leave the session. Okay?
Well, wait before you go. Francis, would you like to say anything? Please, I know it's hard. I know, but unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Francis, wait, before you go.
Hi.
Francis, wait, before you go. Francis, Francis, are you unmute? Francis, tell why you were in
It's okay. It's
Regensburg.
okay.
And if
Okay.
you,
Thank you very much for all.
thank you,
Bye-bye.
Mr. Peters. So good to see you. Peter
Bye-bye.
saying.
Well, I was in Regensburg for about 7 years. I was one of the sopranos. And Clemens and Doris, we were introduced to them, and they were just wonderful and just brought back a lot of memories.
So,
Unmute.
okay. Bye-bye to all.
Goodbye. Thank you again. Thank you for I know it's very
Okay.
late there. Thank you so much. Thank
Never
you.
mind.
Thank you. And Mr. Osborne, we're so honored that you're there. Thank you so much for coming. Please, can you tell everyone how you knew Dad?
Well, we lived at 803 Jackson Avenue. So your grandmother lived a few houses away from us. And Glenn would come, and it's so good to see Judy on this call today as well. Haven't seen her for many years. The Association of Adventist Forums, for those of you who are not Seventh-day Adventists, the Adventist Church tended to be very top-down, very centralized, very authoritarian. And this organization, a forum, was created for people that had more openness and wanted to explore ideas in a very open manner. And Glenn was president of this. I was, I don't know which officer position, secretary, treasurer, vice president. So during those years, when he was president, we had many confrontations with the world leaders of the church, including some very high stakes meetings. I was able to watch the lawyer Glenn that you have described here bring those skills of mediation, openness, but firmness to play in this organization. This organization was very important for what happened in the church, the broader church, and Glenn was a central part of that happening. It's ironic that the last time I saw him was about a year ago, and Justin, Glenn, and I sat by each other at La Sierra at a forum conference and just caught up, sat next to each other. It was just like old time sakes because we had gone through so much. As fellow church members, I worked for the Adventist Church, and Glenn was a layperson, and so his role in our church, I think was, and I think Larry would agree, was very, very crucial at a tough time for many of us in a very top-down kind of centralized administration. Glenn was able to bring, as I said, those lawyerly skills to play, calm manner, finding solutions, but not giving up the positions that we needed to hold. So thank you for this wonderful tribute. I enjoyed watching this service very much. And thank you to the three children and all that you meant, the grandchildren, in your father's life. It was a very fitting memorial. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. It's so good to see you again. I remember you, in big, important meetings, and we'd be running around outside. I didn't forgot about Jackson Avenue. So thank you for reminding me. It's great. And Robin. So Robin, I just want to introduce real quick. So Robin, yeah, can unmute yourself. Robin and Suzanne, let me unmute you both. You both were I think Robin was my first babysitter ever. And I'll always remember you running a bath and swirling the water in the bath so that the hot water wasn't all near the tap. And I thought that was brilliant. Still do, actually.
And that was in the house that you showed, the house in West Hartford, right? Yes, I remember that. Yeah, you and Justin was just a baby. And I'm sorry, Amber, you weren't around yet. But yeah, no.
Robin, did you tell us about, because Robin and Suzanne, she was Susie to me, went to school, in that school that Dad helped to build, and tell us about when you were punished.
I had a tendency to get in a little trouble in, the school there. I like to get attention, so I think that's why. And of course, Glenn gave me the attention. So whenever I would get in trouble, he would take me to that beautiful court building that you were in there, and I had to sit through his proceedings. Well, yes, it was great. So it looked real familiar.
Well, at least you were seated in the audience section,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
And
yes.
not in the prisoner's dock or something.
There you go.
Could have been worse. But
You bet.
those are great memories. And
No.
Susie,
we used to sit around and eat oranges at night watching TV. And he was pretty much a part of my childhood. Tried to keeping me on the straight and narrow because didn't have a dad, and my mom was kind of a single mom, so he was there for me. So it was really nice. And Judy was too. Hi, Judy. Haven't seen you in a long, long, long time. Yes. So yeah, definitely those two were kept me on my straight and narrow. And I'm still here, and I'm not like in a bad place or anything. So there, yay! I'm doing okay. So thank you.
It is so good to see you. Your smile is just the same. Your smile hasn't changed a bit. Same with you, Susie. Yeah, please say
Yeah, we
something.
got Susie and we got
Yeah.
Jerry and Linda.
Right.
From the old church.
From the old church, right? I should have thought about that when I thought about, I should have at least put in a photo of the old church. Didn't we?
Yeah, we used to have a train station up on the third floor or something like
Yep.
that.
In the
And then
attic, right?
Mrs.
Those
Mills
were
would,
the servants' quarters. Remember, those were
yeah,
where because it was
yeah,
in an old mansion, the
yeah, it
church,
was.
and those were the servants' quarters, and we just thought that was because nobody went up there. So for
And
us,
Mrs.
right?
Mills used to teach us I like whole wheat bread. It's so good, it said.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. That's
Yep.
right.
And we used to go make whole wheat bread in the basement. Yep. And the
Yep.
rose garden. That's when we skipped church, so we won't talk about that. But
Susie, please say something. It's good to see you.
I don't think I can.
I know. Susie was
Give me more time.
I know.
I know, isn't it hard, Susie?
I know it takes time. Susie was in Florida visiting her mom when Dad passed away. So you're one of the
No.
first people because we had planned to get together, and then my trip got accelerated because Dad took a turn. Yes, and so you're the first person I saw afterwards, and to see your mom, Mrs. Harrison. Remember Mrs. Harrison? It was very special. I agree. I know. I know.
Susie's one of those people that have just always been for people, though. She was there when Emily was, and it was just, yeah, she just has always been there for people, and she's amazing. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, so good to see you. We would love to hear. Does anyone else want to say anything? We would love to hear.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
This is Larry Lintner calling.
Oh,
And I think you guys did an absolutely marvelous tribute to your father. And I just want you to know that. I've known your dad and the Coe family. I knew all of them. They lived right behind us in Tacoma Park. So when they moved in, if it was 1951, I was 3. and I remember playing with them and going down to Slago Creek and all that sort of stuff. And Judy, it's nice to see you. And perfectly horrible circumstances, but nevertheless, I wanted to say hello and send best wishes to all of you. Francis, you as well. It was fun to see you guys when you came out, and Glenn and I got to swing the golf clubs and go play golf here and there as well. So all of the best. What a beautiful tribute, and wish you well. Thank you.
thank you so much, Mr. Lintner. It's so good to hear you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you. And Uncle Ralph, has your hand. Just unmute yourself. And I hope you like Dad's videos of him telling the next generation about your island.
Thank you. And I'm here with Rosabelle. Yes, it was very touching. And well, we grew up hearing about Glenn and Dave and Raymond and Gloria from very little. And I think we met them about maybe in the 70s. That's when well, our Aunt Minnie would go and visit us, and then once David went with Glenn, and I think they were still single, and yeah, I remember we even played some basketball together. Um, so yeah, we have been, I would say, close from far in the sense that we back then it was by snail mail, but Aunt Min would write us and send us pictures, and then we would write back. Um, and it was maybe exactly 26 years ago when I was named in a post. I was elected in a post here, and Glenn came and
Yeah.
visited and
Uncle Ralph,
participated.
Uncle Ralph, can I just interrupt? It wasn't just any post. Say what you were elected for, because it was very, Dad was so proud of you.
All right. Yeah, I was elected as governor of our state.
Right, which is not just that one island, it's an archipelago, right?
Yeah, it's roughly 160,000-mile territory. Yeah.
Right. And to come from that little island and be elected the governor was that was so Dad was so proud. We heard all about it and we followed your career and you should he was so proud of your principled stands that you took no matter what the consequences.
Yeah, well, we just want to thank you for participating, for showing this, and we're proud of you. And we have always been proud of Glenn and David and Glow and the whole family. And we look forward to seeing you here again in Providence, and hopefully we can get that museum working. Okay.
Thank you, Uncle
Thank you.
Ralph, for making the island a reality for all three of us, right, Justin and Amber? You know,
Yeah.
not just something abstract or on a map, but for making it real and in so many ways, right, guys?
Thank you, Uncle Ralph, and thank you for taking over the leadership role of the foundation.
And for paying the taxes on all that property that we owned. Well, we would have lost it if you hadn't paid all those taxes. So thank you.
That's true, Uncle Ralph. I mean, you've really you've looked out for the interests of all the islanders in the entire archipelago, but also for our family, and we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope those videos make you smile. Yeah. Mr. Myers, so go ahead and unmute and we'd love to hear from you.
This is Linda, Jerry's wife. And though I haven't met your family, I see people on this video that I have been touched by. And your family was such an influence through the years in our conference there in Southern New England. My husband was a pastor in New Haven and other areas of Massachusetts and Connecticut. And the touch that your dad and your mom had on the whole conference on issues that were important to me as a woman, to other issues within the conference, made a huge difference in the ministry that we were able to take part in there in the Southern New England Conference, and that I've been able to continue through my life ahead. And I just want to thank your family for making that a possibility. My dad was a former pastor in Hartford, O.J. Mills.
Oh, yeah.
And my husband was Steve Farley at that time. And I'm thankful for your influences through the years. And now with Jerry having known you all, I'm really blessed. God bless you all. Our prayers are with you.
Yeah, and Justin, you did play golf. You didn't play it well, but you played golf. And what, Jolene, what would happen is your dad would go out with me and David and Justin. And what would wind up happening is my son David and your dad would wind up going ahead of us playing serious golf. And Justin and I would be happy to come back with as many golf balls as we went out with.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. Thank you, Jerry.
That, that's great. That's where all those balls came from, huh? Great.
Justin wasn't good at hitting them, but he could find them.
Right.
That's right. I spent a lot of time looking for balls. Yes, very
Right.
good.
They're always kicking around the garage, right? The cats, the cats would be playing with them, and that's where they came from. Good to know. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And Fanny, so Fanny, you're here from Old Providence, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm here
and
from Old
I,
Providence.
hold on, I just want to give you credit. Everyone is here, right here, because of you, because I called Fanny at 1 o'clock in the morning, island time, to get a password to update the website. So thank you. We all appreciate you answering the call at 1 a.m. in the morning. Thank you.
No, it's no problem. No, just good afternoon to each and everyone. I'm Fanny Howard. I'm the executive director of FIOPS, the foundation. And I must say that the first one that I met in the family, I mean, of course, I knew Ralph from the beginning, in the close, because we are family, we are relatives also. But I met Gloria once we went to the States, and precisely we were looking about the human rights of the native people from the islands. So I was in that delegation. So I really appreciate Gloria and Luke and his wife, Ernestina, who helped us a lot when we went to that trip. I just want to take the opportunity that when I met Glenn was like later when we began when he came for the Rizal celebration, particularly after Hurricane Iota. And I mean, when I had work conversation with him mostly, and through that I get to know his character, his integrity, his love for his family and his land. I think you could say that those were a ministry to him. So I am really deeply moved by this tribute that you all have done, and I have learned so much more about Glenn and his life, his principles, his values, his ethics, which were, I mean, above everything. And I had the opportunity because I had like, serious discussions with people who were like saying why Glenn is doing this and, this kind of conversation. And then he would reply like he was in the like if he was the defense attorney saying like, hey, I work with evidence. Don't come to me with hearsays or gossip, because island environment is just like that. Gossip going here and there. And he's like, no, I don't work like that. So everything that he did, his love, I mean, I could feel it, I could see it, and I could see it physically by facts, by implementation. So I would say I thank God for someone like Glenn. And also I really think that the life of Glenn is where our society, which was founded by Puritans, people who had a religious background, people that we were also with enslaved Africans and other Europeans. But I think that this aspect of our history that create this foundation in Christian principles, I mean, we have drifted so far away from that. And when we bring back memories and words of life, of history, like of people like Glenn, it's like those things that we have to rescue this thing back. I think that's why he was so much into the how we are going to rescue our culture, how we are going to bring back those ethical values and principles that make when our people who are living in the diaspora now, we see they have success, but it wasn't by doing something that was not right. It was always by doing what was right and ethical. And so I think these things we have to bring back to our people so they can see, look who the Raisal people are. We are not doing what we're supposed to be doing. So I really thank Glenn about that. And I'm really looking forward to the Living Museum. That was one of the last thing we talk about. And I know that all the members of the board of FIOPS will do everything in our power to make this happen. So thank you very much for this tribute.
Yeah, Fanny, thank you. I hope you know how valuable you are, because my dad sent resources of all different kinds, whether it's money that had to be translated into Colombian currency, or whether it was, you saw that giant freezer and fishing equipment, all these things. It would not have been possible without you as the representative and the executor on the island. So thank you. I hope you know how important you are. I think you know that for me after I woke you up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't thank you enough because, like I said, you make a real difference. So thank you. Thank you. And Mr. Haas, hi. Hi, Mr. Haas. Let me make sure please go ahead. Mr. Haas? Leroy. Leroy? All right, so he is dialing in probably. So Suzanne, go ahead, please go ahead and talk, Suzanne and Mr. Haas.
Okay, Julene, after that mission song at the end, you had me for like half an hour crying and sobbing and feeling so sad. I'm finally able to talk. Um, that was a beautiful tribute and very deserving tribute for your dad. And he was like another dad to me. And I remember I was about 8 when I first met you guys, and around that age. And he came into the second floor of the Hartford Church where the kindergarten and cradle rooms were. And I was like, he had this gait, and it was almost like he was tiptoeing on air. And there was such an optimism and such a mover and shaker thing about him, aura about him. And I was just like, what was that? And he often had us over to your house there in West Hartford, and Judy had these birds that were plastic on these long springs that would bounce over the kitchen table. And he had this piano there, and he would play music, and he would talk about the ideas and what were these musicians saying in the music, and always thinking about that. And he was like the visionary behind starting actually, I think it was like 40 acres in South Windsor, and getting that church started and getting the school started. And he so believed in it that he, like you said, you guys already told the story. He bought that house, and he bought the land right next door so you guys could grow up with that. And he described his house. He says it's going to be small, but it's going to be elegant. And he was a perfectionist about the brick lane, and he involved my brother in it. And I think that lasted about 5 minutes. Partially because my brother probably didn't want to do that kind of work, and partially probably because Glenn was so like, what did you call those, coin? You know how the brick sticks out?
So Joe's the one who looked it up on the internet. They're called corner coins.
Corner coin.
Right.
I didn't know that term either. I was like, oh,
Apparently I
that's
messed it up in the video, as he told me while it was being shown.
But every time I would drive up to the school, I would see those corners, and I was like, wow, that is such perfection. And he said, and he made sure that there was that stained glass window on the side. And I didn't know about the front windows being made by a neighbor in West Hartford, but I remember, and his Sabbath schools were just amazing. And in Hartford, they were actually way down in the basement, like you couldn't find them. So maybe it was for the same reason.
That's right. I forgot about that. At the Hartford church, it was even farther away from the front door.
I don't really remember them being really far away in South Windsor Church, but
It wasn't in the scary basement, was it?
Yes, it
it was
was.
beyond the scary basement, but they turned it into the Better Living Center. Do you remember that term?
Oh, I remember that. I do remember
Mrs.
that.
Finley used to give those cooking classes with the mirror up high, and
Yeah. Yep. I remember that.
I couldn't go after you, Robin, either. Robin was our only Pathfinder, and she was the only girl. I mean, she wasn't the only Pathfinder. She was the only girl in the group. There was Ray and
That was weird. I'm sorry.
Dana and all boys, and then there was Robin.
Yeah, but you
But
held your
anyway,
own. I remember.
and I remember one time Glenn talking about um, when he was a district attorney, and he said this to us in confidence, and I think it's okay to share it at this point. He said that there was a guy who, we were not to talk about this at the time. He was going to have to meter out the dose on a mob guy, and this mob guy had ordered people to be murdered, and Glenn knew that. And he said, though, I sat down and I talked to this man, and he was just so charming, and he was so kind, and he was so interesting. He said, he's a guy I would love to hang out with. But he knew what the real story was behind, this person. And it was just interesting that he was so authentic and he shared exactly what was on his mind. And, between he took us caving one time. And he said that that is what he did on his honeymoon with Judy. They went caving. And I'm like, that's real devotion, Judy, to go ahead with that. And, there was just so much. I just assumed everybody um, was kind and everybody had operated in integrity and everybody was loving because these were the type of people that I grew up with. And between him and my dad, seeing them as my role models for mankind, it just really set the standard high for my dating years later on. And I remember we were so proud of Glenn when he invited my family to the Hartford inauguration of him becoming the president of
The Bar Association.
yes, for the Hartford chapter. And we heard how, he was that's the oldest bar association in America. And, Litchfield being the first place where they even had a school for lawyers, Litchfield, Connecticut. And it was just beautiful. They had the bagpipers. And even then, as he stood in front of all these lawyers who were his, I want to say comrades, that's not the right word, but his associates, he was telling them about his island days and, his humble beginnings. And he wasn't at all like, oh, I don't want to talk about that, or I'm ashamed of that, or that, these people will not respect me as much. It was because he was so authentic that people were like, that's fine, because in walking that life, it's so, your credentials and where you came from and how many generations of lawyers and attorneys have you, grown up through. That kind of stuff's so important. And he, he didn't hide that. He didn't hide that at all. And I just, and even though we lost, everybody grows and changes, and I had to go on with my training and go on to other places, we always kind of kept in contact. And I was appreciative of social media to reach out to so many people from my earlier years and to catch up with them. And I would sometimes reach out to Glenn because I think in a sense we were in a similar situation where, and I don't want to upset anybody, but like religion wasn't becoming as important as spirituality. And I think that is why Glenn still um, was involved with these different things and like his island and making sure that people were cared for. And it isn't like and I just appreciate that so much and being able to hear from him and his experiences with that. And I remember him saying we ended up getting together because he had said on social media that and I'm always going down to Florida to see my mom, and she's on the other end of Florida, of Orlando. And he said, "Oh, if any of you are interested in getting together, go right ahead." So I said, I should get together with Glenn. And I had no idea what was going on with his health challenges at this point. So we did get together in December and we talked. And it was my mom, my son, my husband, and Glenn and I got together and I said, I just wish my dad could be here. And you could just see that little smile come up on Glenn's face because he and my dad had spearheaded so many projects together. And even though they're very different people, they really worked well together because Glenn was like the thinker and the visionary, and my dad was like the doer and being practical about things and the financier and Glenn was very intellectual. My dad was very practical, and it was just a real good match the way the two of them worked. And
Yeah, they were a great team.
yeah, and it's been 5 years
Yeah,
for my dad, like, and he died in
right.
June. And but with my dad, as I watched him decline, I was like, no, 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 you can't do this. And when I saw Glenn this last time in December, I knew his time was limited. But in a sense, for me, it was more like, okay, I think this time I've got it. I've got it. I'll be okay. Because he was such a father figure to me. And I saw in Glenn so much dignity and grace and humor and ethics and authenticity. And when he left the restaurant in December, when we had gotten together, we had had some talks and, of course, catching up. And Mrs. Goodmanson, he said how much he still kept in contact with you and very good friend. And he also mentioned um, he said, I went to Florida to chase a skirt and a boat. And he said, a sail. He said, a skirt and a sail. And I got them both. And he had a big grin on his face when he told us that. And when I watched him walk away, the restaurant had like big open doorways that you could see people as they walked away. I realized I was just staring at him at the end. Well, we had had some talks about our beliefs in spirituality and also other things. And we don't always see eye to eye on everything. And my husband talked to him about some things and he presented his facts. And Glenn said, well, how about this? And he presented his facts. And Glenn came around, well, how about this? And he presented his facts. And rather than dismissing it, he said, I'm going to have to read more into that. And I was really impressed that in this day and age, he didn't get, judgmental or decisive or like, that's it, I'm not going to talk to you or anything like that. And as I watched him walk away, he still had that gait, that very light, gait, almost like he was walking on air. And I was just looking at him and thinking, what was that? And just as we were going to talk about this, I realized it felt like a full circle. And he's just such a very special person, and you guys are so lucky to have him as a father. And I hope you can carry that on with your memories of the love that he had for people and how many people's lives he reached out and helped. And you're so fortunate to have such a role model. And I hope to keep in contact with all of you. And I was so glad, Julian, to see you 2 days afterwards.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you. I needed a loving hug and from my past, and I really appreciated that. We go way back. And I don't know if you remember, if you ever watch the replay, and you'll see me at South Windsor saying my dad was part of building the church. And the other part was Susie's dad, really, was Mr. Harrison. So thank you so much. Thank you for talking.
And that day we got together, Julian's eyes would tear up.
Yeah.
And then she'd look at me and they'd go down, and then my eyes would tear up. We'd keep talking. And my son and my mom looked at us like, you guys just don't stop talking, do you?
Right. That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you. Mr. Haas, there you are.
At last. I hope you can hear me now. Good. It's so good to see you, Judy, as well. Uh, yes. And the program today was beautiful. It was very touching. Glenn and I, as you know, have been friends a long time, and I have very good memories of Glenn. And it would usually be when he was on his way back from a golf trip. And the way I knew how that was happening was because as we would be talking, we'd be talk maybe for half an hour, 35 minutes, and he'd say, "Well, Hawes, I'm just pulling into my garage, so I'm going to have to say goodbye." So then I knew the conversation was over. But Glenn and I had so many wonderful memories back at Blue Mountain Academy, as you know. And it was just so good to hear him whenever my phone would ring and it would be Glenn. And it was just so good to hear his voice. And your program today was just beautiful. There were things, I've known Glenn for years, and there were things that you had on that program. I never had a clue the things he was involved in, particularly going back where he was raised as a child and seeing him there and seeing him with his family. You've been very fortunate to have him as a father, and I will dearly miss him. And God bless you all. Thanks so much for sharing this with us today.
Yes, Mr. Haas, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
And thank you for calling me back. I was desperate. I didn't know where to call, and I thought I'm going to try one more time. I told you this when we spoke. I'm going to try Glenn's phone one more time, and you
Yeah.
answered. Thank God
And
you
I
answered.
know, I'm glad. And I apologize, people. I have not been able to go through all of Dad's emails and but I did try to answer his phone when someone from his contact list came through, and that was very special. I'm glad we got
Yeah.
to
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. It is so great. It is so great to see everyone. All my cousins, all these cousins are here, you guys.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you. Please say hi if you can. Yeah, I would love to hear from. I'm just asking you guys to unmute. It's so good to see all the cousins. Think there was more. Oh, hi, Ron. Hi, good to see you. You guys want to say anything about Uncle Glenn? Boy, he loved you guys so much.
Hi, I'm Malcolm. I am one of the cousins. I'm Gloria's youngest, I guess. Um, uh, my wife Heidi and I, we moved to Savannah 2021 ish, which put us in very close proximity to Glenn and Francis. And so every time the two of them would make a trip, pretty much anywhere outside of Florida, we got a chance to see them. And it was I don't know that I really got to know Uncle Glenn as well as I did in the past 4 years. Um, we would always go out to eat, and uh, the first thing that he would do at a restaurant was um, ask the waiter their name, and he was very specific about it. He was so specific about it.
Yeah, he would repeat it, right?
Yes,
Until
he would
he
repeat
got
it,
it, right?
and he would say, Brandon, my friend, over and over and over again, and it always was so. He believed in the dignity of everybody, right? That no matter who you were a person who had a name and a unique identity, and you deserve to be recognized for that. Yeah. So I will miss him terribly. Will is not the right word. I am.
Malcolm,
So
he
I am
he was
missing
one of
him
your
terribly.
he was one of your biggest fans. And you have a lot of fans. Malcolm's
I also there's a family chat going on alongside this, and Gwen talked about locking you in the bathroom, Julian, and there was one Christmas in Connecticut where you would talk about the spiral staircase, and you would always put the Christmas tree underneath the spiral staircase, and I was fascinated by the star on top of this tree. So I climbed up the staircase and stuck half of my body through it to see it. And this is a picture of it, right? And Uncle Glenn had to remove the stairs from the staircase to
That's
get me out.
Wait, show it again, Malcolm. That's you between the
Yeah.
stairs. Were you stuck? You're
That is
smiling
me.
like you're
You can
between
see
the
the star. You can see the star, right? That is me between the stairs.
And I don't know if you remember, but I don't even think Malcolm was calling for help. We just were like, where is Malcolm? Because we were all sitting down to dinner. And all of a sudden we hear this little voice, I'm right here. And he's right behind us in the middle of the stairs.
Yeah.
You were just so calm about it.
You know.
But yeah, I do remember Dad having
like
to
that had happened
take
to me. Yeah. Definitely wasn't the last either. So, yeah. Anyway, I love seeing all of you. It's so wonderful to see each and every one of you. I miss you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so great to see other cousins. Look, here's Matt.
Malcolm, we're
Great.
coming to get a tour of Savannah soon.
Yes, do.
Yeah, Dad would have loved that. Boy, he would have loved that. And was Morgan, I think Morgan has left, but Matt, can you just say hi?
Yeah, hi everyone. I have a quick cherished memory of Uncle Glenn that I'll share. It doesn't work great as an anecdote, but it's a fun memory. About 10 years ago or so, I went with Uncle Glenn, Uncle O, and Nick and Valerie and their kids to Old Providence. And for some reason, Uncle Glenn and I ended up with like half a day where sort of everyone else was doing something. And we we spent the day like riding around on a moped, going to different beaches and sort of like lying in the surf is my memory and talking about life. And it was a very kind of different interaction, probably because other family wasn't around and it wasn't in the context of like a big meal. But I remember just it being, yeah, a very cherished memory. Anyway, it's great to see everyone. It was a lovely service.
Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you. Trying to remember, were you the youngest? The youngest?
I was the
Niece?
youngest. I remember we talked about how to live a cool life. It's actually the main thing I remember talking to Uncle Glenn about, which, everyone, he obviously had a profound impact professionally in family and community. But it's a kind of a, yeah.
Well, you would have
Fun
been a
memory.
good person to opine on living a cool life with.
So Matt, what were the takeaways from like how do you live a cool life? What did he say? Well, you're leaving us hanging.
I think that's between me and Uncle Glenn. Sorry. So, yeah.
It's probably smart. Yeah.
A gentleman never, etc.
Yeah, you were on the beach in the surf, so that makes sense. But again,
in the heat,
right.
Matt, I'll be calling you later.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, it's so great. If anyone wants to say anything before we say goodbye, it is so good to see everyone. To whether we hear from you or not. Please, yes, please just ask to unmute yourselves. Actually, I'm just going to mute everyone, Christine, if that's okay. And please just say anything. We're just
I
so
would say,
honored.
Nicholas, you did a beautiful, and Sophie, you guys both did a beautiful job with the music. Beautiful job. And actually, I remember Matt and Morgan, we stayed one time. I don't know if you remember this, Judy, but we went down to Florida and stayed at another person's house, and Matt and Morgan were there too. But Matt was pretty young. Morgan was closer to Julien's age, I'd say. Yeah.
Sorry, we're saying Justin. He's closer to Justin's age. Yeah.
Oh, he's closer to Justin. Okay.
Yeah, you were always the cool teenager, the tight
I don't
jeans.
know about that.
Yeah, you look.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was the wannabe, and then there were all the little kids, right? But yeah, we had some amazing trips. Yeah, so please, anyone just say, I'm asking everyone to unmute before we say goodbye, and please just say anything. Again, you've made us
Just
so
one
happy.
question, Julene. Is the tribute itself gonna be
Yeah.
available for a while, or
Hopefully forever, because I didn't have to pay a subscription.
okay?
If I had to pay something, then I would have had to keep up. But no, it was free. So I think it'll be on YouTube. Yeah,
Indefinitely.
forever.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and we'll put this reception on there too. So when you go to Dad's channel, you'll be able to see both. We'll
Okay.
put links on the website eventually.
So this is Roland and Colleen Thompson.
Yeah.
And our connection to Glenn is actually through Francis. Francis has been a lifelong friend of our family. And in fact, at one point, she was actually my boss. And it's through Francis that I met Glenn when he moved to Florida. And both Colleen and I have gone out. You said in your video that Glenn likes fine dining, and we have had some fine dining with Francis and Glenn. And so I found out a lot tonight about things about Glenn that I was hearing for the first time. And
So did I.
And so I really appreciated the video you created because it gave a glimpse into somebody that I just knew of more recent times than most of you. So I want to thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you so much for joining us. Where are you joining us from?
Orlando.
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Do you remember when we were in the area a few weeks ago to pick up the luggage, the furniture, I think, and Glenn got sick, and then we had to go home early. We got there almost midnight, and I knew that we could not together alone get the luggage, the furniture out of the car.
It was a
and
sofa.
I called Roland, and he was like, absolutely, I have my son here. Whatever time you come in, we'll be there. And I've been trying to get them to go out to dinner with us to help. They have not answered yet. Maybe they will take me now.
We go with you yet, Francis. We will. And by the way, hi, Monique.
We enjoyed our mini dinners with you and Glenn and the family. We've had so many wonderful times together.
Thank you.
And Glenn was such a wonderful man. We really admired how he treated everyone so special.
He did. Roland and I have known each other from children in Trinidad.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll just say, this is Justin. I just want to say how much it's meant to all of us kids and extended family, people reaching out and sharing memories, sharing photographs on the Facebook posts and it's meant a great deal to us as a family and my sisters and our extended family. So thank you all for
Justin, I hope you know we're all rooting for you.
thank you, Francis. I appreciate
Love you so much.
it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
quite an army. Quite an army.
100%.
Everybody's love.
Yes.
Judy, I love you too.
Wait, Aunt Peggy. Aunt Peggy, are you still there? Aunt Peggy, you can talk, I think. Can you talk?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
So
I
good to
just,
hear.
it was such a wonderful service, and it means so much to see all of you. I love you all.
We love you too, Aunt Peggy.
Peggy, love you too. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the music.
Very much.
And Francis, I want to tell you that the whole family thanks you for the last so many years
Yeah.
too. It meant a lot
From
to
the bottom of our hearts.
Glenn and to all the rest of us.
Thank
And
you,
thank you
Francis.
for all our old time friends that showed up.
Yes, yes. Yeah, Francis, we actually call you Saint Francis.
We have for a long time.
Do you even know that? But that's what we call you, Saint Francis.
Oh my goodness. Nobody ruined that for me, please.
Those stories don't get told today.
Oh, no, that's, oh my God. Beautiful lady, that one.
Well, I think it's thank you for everybody who's come and shared our memories and their memories. And he'll live on in all of our memories and thoughts for as long as we can and we live.
And we had an interesting meeting when Julian was here, and my son and his lady and my daughter and my son and Julian were born the same day, the same year, just different times as my son. They call each other the twins.
Yes, that's true. And we actually call each other the twin team.
Oh, the twin team.
Yeah,
Oh.
the website, I thanked you, Fanny, for getting into it. But after we got into the website at 1 o'clock in the morning, then it was Andrew, Francis's son, my twin, who spent the next hour and a half until almost 3 o'clock in the morning editing the website once we got in. So really I call ourselves a team, but really I owe it to him. So thank you.
But Jillian, I do believe our session's going to end in 2 minutes.
Oh,
so just so we don't cut anybody off.
Okay, so let's all say, you guys, thank you so much.
Thank you all. Love you all.
Love you.
Julian,
Thank you.
it was a wonderful,
you.
wonderful celebration.
Thank
I
you.
know how much work went into all of that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you so much.
It's everybody.
Wonderful seeing all of you.
So, Jolene, we found a nice spa for you. So we're going to be sending you a massage voucher. So expect that.
Oh, I like that.
If I love you.
Bye.
I love you all. Bye-bye.
Love you.